Hi, welcome to the Pink Moon Tarot. I'm Nikki, the Pink Moon Tarotist, and today I'm here to give you another session of Spill the Tea with Nikki. And it's a bit of a different one today. It's a lot more personal and heartfelt, I think, than any of the previous ones have been. I don't think I've written a blog on this, so it's kind of off the cuff, so do bear with me. But I wanted to talk today about the dangers of the law of attraction and the way it is taught sometimes by people. And the dangers that I want to discuss are the dangers of you have to be happy all the time to be in alignment in order to get your manifestations. And this is quite a misnomer. It is a practice that is not realistic, really. So we're going to delve into that a little bit and look at the shadow side of things and the human side of things. And specifically, I'm going to talk about my own personal experiences. And yeah, so we'll just see where that goes. Now, before I get into it all, if I can ask you to please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel, that would be very much appreciated. There is a button somewhere on the screen, it's either that side or that side, that says subscribe, so please do so. Please click that. Your support really does help me, and it helps me to get my videos seen by more people. The algorithms are playing funny things at the moment, and my videos are not getting seen by very many people. So your support is greatly appreciated. So I do thank you for that. And do please share this video and like it, comment on it. If you have any questions at the end, please do drop them in the comment boxes below. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the law of attraction, it is very often taught when, gurus, self-proclaimed experts on the law of attraction teach it. They miss the point greatly, I think, on what you're actually supposed to do with it. And a lot of people will tell you that in order to have your manifestations come into being, then you need to be happy. You need to feel happy. You need to feel like everything is okay. And if you can feel into that sense of completeness and elation and like you've already got what you want, if you can access those feelings and keep those feelings running, then your manifestations will surely come to pass. Now that's true to some extent, but there's another side to it, and that is the shadow side. That is the human side. You know, we are human beings. We are living a human experience, and there is contrast in the world. That is what makes us learn our lessons. That is what makes us become complete and whole, is learning the lessons that we need to learn as we go through life. And sometimes those lessons can hurt, and they can fill us with a sense of dread, and they can trigger us, and they can cause issues that that aren't always easy to just gloss over and feel all happy clappy all the time. You know, it just doesn't happen that way. So when you get a teacher that is telling you that you must remain happy and keep a positive attitude at all times or your manifestations won't come into pass, then they're really doing you a disservice. Here's the thing. You've probably heard people talking about shadow work. You've probably heard witches talking about shadow work specifically. Spiritual communities will talk about it in some way, you know, going through your traumas and and healing your traumas will be the way that the spiritual community will talk about it more. But we are constantly getting more trauma. Okay, we're constantly having more things that trigger us, more things that pop up as we live our lives, more things that will affect our daily lives and will affect the way that we are feeling. And the way that you are feeling is always valid, always. Whether you are feeling elated and ecstatic and happy, or whether you are feeling miserable and depressed and upset or hurt or angry, whatever your feelings are, they are valid feelings. And I think that when we talk about doing shadow work, when we talk about doing trauma healing, yes, this is very important stuff to do, because if you do not explore that side of you and you just try and squash it down and press it down and make it so that you are always giving this happy front, that is not what you are truly feeling at the core of you. And you will still get triggered by things, and you will still snap when your child asks you why for the 50 millionth time. You will still get grumpy when someone cuts you up in traffic and maybe even shout it out loud. I know I'm quite a verbal driver, so I will sit there going, for goodness sake, what are you doing? And things like that, you know, and I say it out loud because it gets rid of it. But it's not always possible to be happy all the time, and you shouldn't be, because that contrast, as I said, is where you learn your lessons. And that contrast is also where your warnings come in, where your red flags come up, where those little things that niggle at you that go, oh, I'm not sure about this. This doesn't feel right. This doesn't sit right with me. And if you're ignoring those, going, no, everything's fine, then you open yourself up to more stuff going wrong, basically. I have experienced all facets of life, from deep trauma to elation and joy, you know, and all points between. And I suspect that most of you have as well. And lately, I've been struggling. And this is why this is a little bit of a different spill the tea, because I'm going to talk a little bit about what has gone on with me, not in detail, not in personal detail, but just about the way that I've reacted to things. And this is going to get a little bit real. So it may trigger some of you. It may give some of you that pause for thought and for you to go, oh yeah, I've been feeling that too. And it's okay. It's okay if you've been feeling that way. It's okay to feel stressed. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel down. It's okay if you are not okay. Don't feel the pressure of always being happy. It's not going to harm your ability to create a good life in the long run. It's not going to harm any aspect of your manifestation if you have to sit with a feeling and go through it and experience it and deal with it. So you may or may not know, some of you will know because I drop it in every now and then, I am a single mum, okay? And as such, everything falls on my shoulders. All you single parents out there, you will know that this is what happens when you're on your own. It can feel very lonely. It can feel very difficult at times. And the pressure to provide and to support and to be everything to your children can get a bit much at times. And, you know, I don't have a support network. I don't have family close by. I just, you know, it is just me and my 2 children. And most of the time I'm fine and I can deal with it. And, you know, I work, I do the best I can. I'm a good mum. My kids are happy. They're mostly healthy. And things normally jog along okay. But lately I have suffered. I have struggled. I was sick before Christmas. I had the flu, then I had COVID, and now I'm suffering with some effects of long-term COVID. You know, I'm exhausted. That's the bottom line. I am exhausted. And as such, I haven't been able to work as much. I haven't therefore earned as much money as I need to pay all my bills. And things have been tough. And I'm not telling you this so that you go, oh, you poor thing. I'm telling you this to show you that real life happens to us all. And I'm also currently writing a book. I can't tell you too many details about it. It's all kind of under wraps at the moment, but I've been commissioned to write a book and the deadline is looming fast. So I have that added pressure of getting the book finished, getting it to my editor, and getting it all done on time. I have a deadline and I have to meet that deadline. No matter how I'm feeling, no matter what's going on in my life, I have to meet that deadline. So I've had to shelve some other things, you know, personal readings, private readings. I've had to, you know, block out my calendar so there aren't as many spaces available as normal. You know, I've had to juggle things around. And the reason I'm telling you this is because it has brought up some feelings after being ill for a long time, after, you know, having to block out my calendar so I'm not earning. It's brought up a lot of fear around money, a lot of fear around being a competent parent, being able to provide, being able to do what is necessary. And that fear is not just a fear that's come up now. It's a fear that goes back a long way in my own life. There are things from my past that give me that fear base around money. There are things that that trigger me at the moment because they are bringing up old issues and things that I thought I had dealt with, things that I thought I had put to bed, cords that I thought I had well and truly cut are not as clean cut as I would have initially expected. Let's put it like that. And it also brings up other things like imposter syndrome. You know, who am I to write this book? You know, and who am I to come onto YouTube and talk to you guys about the things that I talk about? You know, am I all that I put out and put forth into the world, or am I just an imposter? You know, that imposter syndrome is real. It comes up even in me. And I wanted to tell you that. I wanted to tell you that we all have things that cause us to have self-doubt, to have feelings of low self-worth, to have feelings of imposter syndrome, to have feelings of not being worthy, of being scared, of being just incapable of doing what you need to do. You know, I'm exhausted at the moment. I'm so tired. I'm struggling on a daily basis. And it's okay. It's okay that I'm not okay right now. It is okay that I have some issues that I am finding are coming up because of my low energy levels. They're bubbling up to the surface. And this is what I'm saying when I say, if you don't deal with stuff, if you don't work through it, if you don't take the time to sit with those feelings and feel them and honor them, then they can cause more issues. They can cause you to feel more tired, more just more in trouble, I suppose, is a way of putting it. And so this is where the talk you'll hear of people saying you need to do shadow work comes in. Shadow work is all based around traumas that you've had, but traumas sounds like such a big thing, and you always think of trauma as someone who's, you know, seen combat and has come home with PTSD or something like that, which is a huge trauma, or someone who's had an accident, or someone who has suffered through cancer, or, you know, something like that. And you kind of think of trauma as this big thing, but trauma can be anything that makes you feel less than, anything that makes you feel like you're struggling, anything that makes you feel like you're not worthy. And sometimes we just need to sit with those feelings. Sometimes we need to understand how we are feeling, honor how we are feeling, and take the time to heal from that without pushing yourself to be something that you're not capable of being right in this moment. So right in this moment, if you don't feel capable of feeling happy, of feeling positive, of feeling like everything's going to be okay, that's okay. And when people from the law of attraction start talking about, you know, you mustn't dwell in those feelings, you mustn't experience those feelings and be in those feelings for too long, because otherwise you pull yourself out of alignment, and when you're out of alignment you can't get anything you want, and if you're focusing on the negative you're just going to attract more of the negative. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, okay? Because you are ignoring a part of you that needs to be dealt with. You are ignoring a part of you that needs to be honored and healed. And you can't heal it if you ignore it. And if you just keep pressing things down and pressing things down, eventually it's like a pressure cooker. Eventually it's going to explode. It's going to erupt. And that's going to set you back even further. So if you're tired and you're feeling miserable, take a nap. Take time to do something else. Relax, honor yourself. You know, having a rest isn't a reward for something. It is a necessity. It is a part of what your body needs. We live inside physical bodies, and our physical bodies need food, they need water, and they need rest. They need sleep. Our brain resets during sleep. You know, there's a whole science behind it, which I don't fully understand because I'm not a scientist. But there is something to be said for having time to rest, to recuperate, to relax, to take time to honor how you're feeling. Now, I'm not saying that when you're feeling low and you're feeling down that you can sit there and wallow for days and days and days on end, and that's absolutely fine, because at some point you do have to pull yourself out of it. But what I'm saying is you know, sometimes we need to just sit with those feelings and explore them. And that's what shadow work is. It is exploring your feelings, seeing where they come from, seeing what comes up. And you might want to journal about it. You might want to meditate on it. You might want to talk to a friend about it. It's okay to do those things. It is not just okay, it is necessary to do those things. It is necessary to look at what is making you feel the way you're feeling right now. And only by facing things and exploring your feelings can you truly understand your whole being, your whole self. We are a whole person. We have our physical body, we have our mental brain, we have our inner selves, our higher selves, we have our feelings and our emotions. We are a whole being. We are multi-layered, we are multi-leveled. And if you ignore an entire section of yourself because you've been told that in order to manifest more money in your life, in order to manifest the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams, the person of your dreams, the house of your dreams, the car of your dreams, in order to get the things that you want, you have to be in this high vibrational state at all times, and you have to be aligned at all times. It's dangerous, okay? Because you are not honoring your whole self. So that's what I wanted to come on and talk about today. And there's more to it as well. I think at the start I intimated that, you miss red flags and you miss things if you don't listen to that part of you that is saying something is not right, something doesn't feel right, something doesn't feel good. And that is something that can be to do with other people as well. If you're feeling that someone is not being honest with you, someone is not honoring you and not doing the thing that you are expecting them to do, because you're always seeing the good in them, you're always seeing the positive in them, you're always seeing them through the eyes of Source, you can then find yourself coming a cropper as well. Because if you are always looking for the good and the positive, which I do a lot, I must confess, I do that a lot. But by doing that, you can miss those red flags and you can leave yourself open to being sideswiped and something knocking you completely off balance because you ignored the signs going along. And if you ignore those signs, if you keep ignoring and you keep ignoring and you keep ignoring, then it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. That's all there is to it. It is going to come back and bite you in the bum at some point, because you have to listen to all of your feelings, not just the happy clappy ones, not just being this positive bunny all the time that gets everything they want because they're always positive. You can still manifest when you're angry. Did you know that? You can. You can still manifest when you're depressed. You can still manifest when you're fed up. You can still manifest when you are feeling less than. And it doesn't mean that you are going to just manifest something negative into your life because you are feeling low, you are feeling depressed, you are feeling sad, you are feeling hurt, you are feeling angry. It doesn't mean you're always going to attract more of that into your life. It just means that you need to explore that and see where that's coming from. What is causing you to feel that way? I was sick before Christmas. I had the flu and then I had COVID almost immediately, one on top of the other. and it knocked me for 6. But it's because I was ignoring a lot of the feelings that I had going on. I was ignoring things, trying to always be positive, trying to be happy, trying to push through because I had to, because I'm a single mum, because it's my job, because I have to take care of everyone else, because there is no one else. If I fall, there is no one else to pick up the pieces. So I just kept pushing, and I just kept pushing. And eventually my body just went, no, you can't do this anymore. You need to stop. You need a break. And if you won't take one voluntarily, they're going to damn well force you. And it was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call. I didn't think it needed to be quite so severe as having flu and COVID. I think I would have got it just after the flu. But, you know, the world works in mysterious ways. And I am still suffering. I'm still exhausted. Because I still haven't learned the lesson that I need to take care of myself. And I need to honor myself, and I need to honor my own feelings and my own emotions. And I need to work on loving myself and putting myself first occasionally. And you parents out there, you will know that when you're a parent, you always put your kids first. But I'm realizing slowly, it takes a while to get through this head, but I'm realizing slowly that sometimes I need to put myself first. And sometimes I need to look after me first, because if I do break, if I do fall, there is no one else. And that's a scary thought. So I'm learning. We're all learning all the time. And what I'm saying is, don't let people that tell you that you can't possibly have anything good in your life unless you're being positive and unless you're being, happy and you're in this high vibrational state all the time, that, you won't be able to manifest anything. I got a flipping book deal whilst suffering, coming out of COVID. I got a book deal. Did I have the energy to do it? Probably not, but I'm doing it anyway. And I wasn't even thinking about that. I had let that go for the time being, because it's what I've always wanted to do, is to write. I'm an author at heart. I'm a writer at heart. And I had to shelve that to focus on other things in my life. And boom, I get a book deal. So you don't always have to be happy. You don't always have to be in a state of having it all together, having it all figured out. It is okay to not be okay. So honor your feelings, explore them, express them. If you're angry, shout, scream, yell, get angry. Don't suppress it. If you're sad, cry. If you're tired, sleep. Honor your feelings. And don't let anyone else tell you how you should be feeling, because they're your feelings and they're there for a reason. Your emotions are there to guide you, to help you, to support you. So let them do that. Okay, I'm going to stop now because I'm getting quite emotional now, so I'm just going to stop. But until next time, please do remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I really, truly appreciate your support from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best day And I hope that you are all feeling wonderful. And if you're not, it's okay. You're loved. I love you. Have a great day. Namaste.